and welcome back. I am gonna be your tarot reader, and we're just gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna see who I'm reading for. So, alright, Spirit Guides, Spirit Grace, highest good and higher selves to whoever I'm rooting for. What do they need to know? Okay. I'm seeing that you are somebody that's getting your life organized. I'm seeing structure coming through. Let's see. And that can also be like the first impression you give off to people whenever they first meet you like that. You are someone that's organized. Let's just get to it. Yeah. You give off this impression to like the outside world that you are very stable. That you are someone that's reliable, very secure, very safe. Um and also very very grounded. Yeah, you're learning this. There's like there's some discipline going on with you know the way that you are being perceived and you having that structure within yourself. Not so can others can perceive you in that way, but for yourself. For you to be honest with yourself, with who you are, in all honesty. But like I said, Virgo did come through, so you might have Virgo placements. You are getting your life organized. You're coming into structure, being way more grounded with your decision making, and also keeping an organized environment. Because maybe right now it may look like a tornado. Getting organized and getting well with your mind. Like I'm seeing a lot of healing going on. There could have been ways of going through the ringer, things going left. Letting your emotions, your thoughts get the best out of you, and sometimes yes, that did taint your reputation or the way how people see you. 555. But I'm also a big advocate on who gives a flying fuck what other people think. Yep. Okay, so you're getting structured in your life. You're building a foundation. You're becoming more disciplined. You may have been facing a lot of obstacles, but now, as you're going through these obstacles in your life, you're learning how very good you are at overcoming them and learning from them. So that way, you can prevent them, or next time, whenever they do show up, you know how to handle it. I'm also seeing that, you're learning how to embody your authentic self, your grounded self, and someone who is, secure and not lost in the chaos. And this is something that you're finally now integrating in this season of your life. Let's pull the other cards. Wait. Okay, Spirit Guides, what else would you like them to know? Yeah, you're stepping into your power. There has been a lot of you shedding off old skin, old ways of thinking, old ways of working things, old ways of organizing or keeping your life in tidiness. And you're finally stepping into your authority self. You're I'm gonna run my life the way that I want to run it, and I'm gonna keep it intact regardless of who's in my life, regardless of who's not in my life, regardless of whatever opinions are being thrown at me. I'm gonna be good at the end of the day because I'm showing up for myself. I'm not showing up for anybody. I'm showing up for myself, for what I stand for. Yeah, and this there's a lot of death and rebirth going on, so a lot of endings, so that I can tell you went through the ringer, you went through a lot of chaos, you went through a lot of the mess. But just because you went through a lot of the mess, it doesn't mean it was a bad thing. It was literally you clearing out a lot of karma and a lot of baggage that was passed down to you, and even this lifetime that in a previous lifetime you might have been carrying, and you just need to complete these lessons. And I'm seeing a lot of completions going on with this 9, and it just required you to be in solitude, so that way all these downloads, all these lessons could look way more clear for you. Because whenever you're around other individuals or with other people, it can get a little messy, and it can be a little bit confusing. for you to like see things clearly because you're in it. Major on the throat chakra. I'm seeing a lot of completions in regards to like, yep, a lot of completions. I'm seeing a lot of completions and like how you used to sacrifice your voice. You're not voicing your voice out. You're finally learning how to embrace it and come into union with your voice and your self-expression and who you truly stand for what you are. And this is going to be so reflected on like this new beginning that's coming in for you. And it's going to help you ground you into the world. Because your head might have been up in the clouds. You might have been having like all those dreams and desires, but there was nothing being done like in the material world, if that makes any more sense. And by material world, I mean like, working towards it, doing something physically towards it, not just all idea, just thought, like actually like following through with the plan. And your voice is like your biggest asset. It's what really is going to create your foundation. And I'm seeing that, this is going to help you rise to the top. This new beginning that's coming in for you. And your spirit team has been letting you know for quite some time. Like, they've been guiding you, like, intuitively, like, like, you gotta slow down. You can't be making quick decisions. Like, your path is meant to be slow and steady. And that's that phrase, like, slow and steady wins the race. Your rate should have been slow and steady. Because whenever you're taking your delicate time with things, you're nurturing it, you're taking care of it, you're allowing it to flourish in time, rather than rushing it. Rather than, just doing a half-assed job. And this could just be with, your self-care, your day-to-day routine, how you handle jobs, how you handle your emotional support, your spirituality, your relationships, and even your hobbies. Like, no more of the rushing energy, no more of the scatter energy, no more just like, running away. And you're finally gonna get to the point where like you can like just unwind and relax and just take your time. And just know that, as long as you're doing the work, it's just gonna come to you. As long as you're taking your time and allowing yourself to have a breather, it's gonna come. So, yeah, and you're coming into alignment into like this new timeline. And you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities. Like, what I've been seeing all along today, there's gonna be great success here. There's gonna be great success here. You're gonna be very sharp with your mouth, and you're gonna know how to use it very well. Yeah. A lot of the signs that I kept seeing today was monarch butterflies, and also dragons and totems, and even bears. So 808, as I'm saying, it's like, so this might be very significant for you. There might be an ancestor or someone on the other side trying to communicate with you, or even your higher self. So listen to your intuition, and if there has been any synchronicities or signs that you've been noticing, I say do your research, see what they're trying to tell you, and see how this like connects into your reality. So yeah, you're gonna be in a growing season in a very stable life. No more chaos or faulty foundations here. You're gonna make it big here. So I'm happy and I'm proud of you, and I'm glad that you're finally like realizing that, just because it's slow, it doesn't mean it's not coming. So bye.